Hi everyone, it's time for the next session. Please come back to your seats. Tatiana, can we round up everyone, please? We'll have time to meet people and network later, but we've got to get on, please. So please come back to your seats. Okay, so before we introduce the next speaker, I did say this at the beginning, but just really wanted to say another thank you to Asset Accountants, main sponsor for the event today. And without their help, you know, we probably would not be able to put this together. Yes, a round of applause is certainly in order. Thank you, Asset Accountants. So our next speaker is from Asset Accountants. He has a dual role of advising active businesses and individuals to improve performance and offering restructuring, recovery, and insolvency advice to companies, partnerships, and individuals. His extensive client portfolio spans limited companies, partnerships, entrepreneurs, sole traders across various industries, including his particular insights into the property sector. He is a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants, England and Wales, chartered tax advisor, and a licensed insolvency practitioner. He is also an accredited mind shop facilitator. Join me in welcoming Stephen Grant.
Hello, good morning, everybody. I actually feel a little bit inadequate standing up here because I've realised that I didn't come equipped with any P's, so I've had to make some up just while I've been sitting there quietly because everybody else has got all these P's, and it's clearly you need a P to stand up here. So I thought I'd start by just regurgitating. Oh, thank you. That's another one. Thank you. I just thought I'd start actually by stating one of Simon's philosophy. So one of my philosophies is really to be the biggest factor in the success of others, because I find that quite rewarding. And what I've found over the years actually is the more value you provide to others, the more good things happen to you. So if you can all go out there and provide value to others, eventually the good follows. So I'm a big subscriber to that. I should also give you a warning that this is going to be quite an active session. So I'm going to get you all working as well. I'm not just going to sit here, or stand here indeed, and talk at you. So I'm going to actually get you working. We're going to demonstrate a tool. The other thing I'm a big fan of is continuous improvement. So really, whatever you're doing, either in your personal life or in your business life, you can always get a little bit better. And again, I think Simon referred to the slight edge. So we can always get a little bit better. And actually, sometimes in poor performing businesses, it's easier because the gaps are bigger. So it's actually easier to take a poor performing business to being a good business than it is to sort of go from great to excellent, because the incremental steps are smaller, but that still can be done. So I thought what we're going to have a look at this morning, and here's my P. It's a problem-solving tool. So there's my P. So we're going to have a look at something called a force field, which is, you'll see actually, once you've actually seen it, it's quite an easy tool to use, but I find it extremely powerful. And you can use this tool really on any problem, either a business problem, or you can actually use it on personal issues as well. And what I thought we would do to make it slightly more valuable, again, and interesting, is to work on an issue that anybody has, either business or personal, in the audience. So has anybody got a problem or an issue in their business that they would like to, well, firstly share, and then we can actually work on and hopefully come up with some solutions for somebody? So bring in new staff, okay? So the first thing we do with this tool is really ask the right question. So it's important that we ask the right question, because that's going to be key to getting the right answers. But there's a good question. I think in most businesses and most sectors, staffing is an issue. There's a huge skills shortage out there. I'm not sure where all these people have gone, I have to say, because whoever you speak to, they appear to have a skills shortage. So, and I think, the same number of young people are coming through, the same number of people being educated, but I'm not quite sure where they've all gone, off to be influencers and emoji designers, but something has certainly changed out there. So the first thing we do is we write down in the middle the issue that we're trying to solve. Okay, so wherever you are in your business, basically, you'll bring in new staff, your level of recruitment is kind of in equilibrium, it is where it is. So the first thing we want to have a look at is what things are you doing currently, or could you do, in a positive fashion to try and improve the issue of bringing in new staff. So we could work in tables, but I'll just see if we can do it by people shouting out. People don't often like to shout out, so sometimes I would break it into tables. But has anybody got any ideas of anything they're doing currently that does work to bring in new staff, or that businesses could do to bring in new staff? Yep. Yep. Oh, sorry, yep. We can...
Use marketing.
Sorry?
Use marketing to attract people.
Yep,
to attract the right people
yep.
that can benefit from working in your organization.
Yep. Anybody think of anything else they're currently doing or perhaps could do?
So we're working with, it's working, working with universities to work with the students to then take them as new grads.
So I'm from the Kent Business School at the University of Kent, and I would suggest upskilling. So we do offer the Help to Grow management programme, which is government funded, to train your current staff to the next level.
Okay. Yep, thank you. Upskilling. We're just up there on the positive side, but this tool itself, depending on the size of business and the people involved, could actually take a lot longer than I've actually got now, but we're just, if you like, demoing it. So you don't have to stop at 5. You can obviously have bigger pieces of paper and keep going. So there's some of the positive things that businesses are either doing or could do. What we then do is there's obviously various negative factors that are impeding this gentleman's business bringing in more staff. So Well, perhaps I'll ask you for one of them. Can you think of a negative thing?
They can pick and choose what they're doing. I've got a nice loud voice.
It's good. It's good.
Okay, so it's competition then, effectively.
Yeah.
Anybody else think of any negative factors that could prevent effective recruitment and are stopping businesses acquiring skills? Yeah.
Mike is coming.
Do I need one? High demand for skills.
Yeah.
There's a lot of electricians are needed out there at the moment.
I talked about marketing, I'm going to talk again. So if you have nothing to offer, that's a benefit. Then you can't attract them. You need to create those if you don't have them, and then use marketing to communicate.
Yeah, so is that the opposite of employee benefit? You're saying lack of employee benefits or something else? Yeah, so... Yeah, so that's kind of the opposite of that one. It's a good point, but yeah, it's on that side. So, so I think we've covered it. It's a good point, but it's included here. Yes, yeah. Yeah, thanks, gentleman there.
Hi, where people live, so the geographical location.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say that the reputation a firm has for how they treat their people, the word on the street, you might say, about a particular firm.
Yep.
Yeah, reputation.
Yeah, reputation. Yeah, that's a very good point. And again, a bit like with TripAdvisor for hospitality, you've got sites like Glassdoor. And if you do get a bad name on some of those sites, lots of people are referring to those sites. And whether it's true or not, it doesn't matter, because it's all about perception. And reality is, also perception is reality for people looking at those. So that's a really important point. Maybe one more, I think, was gentleman at the back. Yeah.
Maybe people wanting a remote working situation rather than an office-based one.
Yeah. So lack of flexible working. Yeah. Okay, so basically you can see how this thing works. You have the problem in the middle. These are positive factors that could have a positive impact on the issue, and these are negative factors. So what we now want to have a look at is actually coming up with some actions, because these are the strategies, effectively, that could work, and these are the things that are holding it back. So firstly, what we want to do is look at some actual strategies that this gentleman could actually put into his business. He might not want to put them all in there, but if we can think of some actual actions that he can literally go out that door when we finish today and put in place that could at least double the positive impacts, that's what we want to write here for these actions. So can anybody think of anything that could double these positive impacts? What could he do on employee benefits? Okay, yeah.
Say it really loudly. I don't need a microphone.
Yeah, no, yeah, better.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Do you want me to say it again? No.
Why not? You've got the microphone. Why not?
I won't shout in the microphone. Yeah, better than market rate salaries.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yep, the gentleman there.
So he was talking about most of the people that he would probably attract would be kind of competitors. So maybe a salary is not a good idea. It could be partnership.
Okay, yeah. Okay. We start going through some of these others as well. I don't normally chip in, but I will. There are people out there that specialise in, offering employee benefits, and there's employee benefit platforms out there. Needless to say, Assets do have an employment benefits guy, but that's not why I'm saying it. But there's plenty of platforms out there now that you can offer online benefits on a platform. What about on marketing?
Stephen, sorry, just going back on that one. I thought what Dan had, what he came up with was really interesting, where they've got this little, I can't remember what he called it now, but for their staff, they had like this points system that just, drove the behaviour of the staff.
The geeky.
Geeky. I think there's lots of apps out there that you can look at for staff engagement.
Yep. Marketing, any actual actions that... Yep. 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 Does anybody want to shout out any actions for any of these positive things? I'll sort of just open it up. So any actual actions that can help double the impact of these positive factors? Oh, sorry. So yeah, I can do. Yep. So there's marketing, recognition, working with universities, upskilling, and what we're looking for is actual actions that this gentleman could actually do and go back to when he goes back to his business and put in place tomorrow morning. Yep,
So again, at the Kent Business School, my role is to speak to businesses and direct them in terms of how they can get interns or how they can advertise their graduate vacancies at the university. So you could directly email me and I could take that on board.
That's an excellent point. That's a very good action.
And we also direct people to sign up for the Help to Grow management programme, which, like I say, is government funded. So it's not a high cost way of improving your staff skills.
Lovely. So can I just take your name? I can put that up there for you. Can I just take your first name? Sorry, Katie. Okay. Anybody think of anything else? Of actual actions? Yep, the lady here.
Thank you. I think transparency is really important, especially when writing a job spec and looking out for things. You've just got to really make sure that everything is detailed, but also that it's true. Going back to what some of the talks have been about with all the Ps, it's really important to actually put that across, but also then carry it through. If it's not something your company is doing, don't write it in the job spec.
Yeah, okay. Put that there. Just conscious of the time, oh, sorry.
Thank you. Just in regards to marketing, it's really important to get in the mind of the reader. We can be so focused on what we want, when we're advertising and filling positions, but actually it's so important to speak the you. The you is such a powerful word. So think about, what are they wanting to hear? What are they wanting to see? What are they wanting to read? And it can touch on, in regards to the benefits as well. We can think about what might benefit us, but a lot of research is important to find out what benefits the people that you're looking for, and then trying to think, okay, do we do these? If not, then how can we put this out? But yeah, speaking their language, writing what they want to be reading.
Excellent point. Yep.
Sorry, but yeah, in my opinion, when I said marketing, that's exactly what I meant. I don't mean just put stuff out there.
Just to help you on the upskilling one, maybe I'm over here. Training matrices or training policies, make sure you have one in your company for the upskilling.
Yeah, so I'll put that under upskilling, but it could go anywhere. But yeah, training matrix. And unsurprisingly, you'll probably have guessed now on this side, what we want to do is look at any actual actions that this gentleman can do, and indeed will do when he goes back to his business tomorrow morning, to reduce by at least 50% some of these negative forces. So what are some actions on any of these that he could actually go away and do that would reduce by at least 50% some of these negative factors? Yep, sorry. They are I haven't moved this because you said it was wonky, so I didn't want to move it. So I could try. But yeah, competition for staff, high demand for skills, geography, reputation, and lack of flexible working. Oh, this gentleman at the front. Okay.
Right.
With the competition, you have to be good at one thing that is attractive to them. Only one. Okay. So work on that one.
Yeah, so there's another gentleman at the front there. So focus on one thing.
Yeah, I'd just ask your current staff why they like working there.
So you ask your current staff?
Why they like working with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually going on from there, you can actually then ask them to recruit for you and possibly even offer them a recruitment fee for hauling in their friends.